We're on our way to go catch ourselves a mole. So we've established where the mole hills are. So what I'm going to do first is look to see which hills are the freshest ones. So this hill has been rained on. You can see that it's crusty and it's been around for a couple of days. Probably not the best place to put your first set of traps. So you can tell that this hill is more fresh. It's not quite as flat and rained on. The dirt is still kind of dry and crumbly. And so this would be another good place to put a molehill. And if you look a little closer here, you can also see right around the edge here, this has been rained on. So this mole has actually pushed up twice in this same location. Great place to put a set of traps. So now that we've established what are the fresher mounds, we're going to set up a couple of traps. The first thing that we do is we dig out around the mound. And this is an average size mound. It's not too bad to go right around the dirt ring on this one. If the mounds get too big, what you're looking for is about a 10-inch to 12-inch diameter on the hole. We're going to dig it about 8 to 10 inches deep. Now we're going to look for where the tunnels are. For that, I take out the trap. I call this a simple set mole trap. So I found a tunnel here. We use the trap to clean it out a little bit and look around to see if there's any more tunnels. Usually you're going to find at least two. Yeah, there's another one there. The tunnels you'll find anywhere from 4 to 6 inches below the surface in most cases. They're the feeding tunnels. That's the ones that you want to look for. And so there's only the 2 tunnels in this one. So we've cleaned them out nicely. We're going to use the trigger for that, and it sets up just nicely. What you want to do is set the trigger roughly at an inch, 3/4 of an inch to an inch from the X here. You take the trigger and you squeeze it here and you put the trigger in between. And you want to place the trigger roughly 3/4 of an inch to an inch from the X, from the crossover, or about 3/4 of the way back from the front. When you insert this into the tunnel, you want to make sure it's inserted right back to this point here, so that the trigger and everything is fully inside the tunnel. I'm just going to make sure that the tunnel is clean before I put the trap in. There we go. Put the trigger in. And just insert that nicely into the tunnel. Same procedure for the other tunnel, just like that. And what you want, we're going to take a handful of dirt. So when you're putting the trap in, you want to dig around and make sure that the tunnel, find which way the tunnel is actually traveling. A lot of people, they right away expect, oh, this is where the hole is, it goes straight in, but it doesn't. In this case, you can see it's going that direction. So that's the direction that we'll put the trap in. And that's nicely placed. We'll just plug up that hole. I'm just going to do a quick poke around again, make sure that I'm not missing a tunnel somewhere. Usually you'll only find 2 tunnels. Occasionally you'll find 3 or 4. You want to make sure you put the traps in all of the tunnels. You don't want the mole coming back and triggering it from the wrong direction. In this case, we've got all the tunnels that are there. So we found there's only the 2 tunnels here. So we've got the traps set. Now we just put everything back together as nice and neatly as we can. You don't ever want to be accused of causing more damage than the mole. And we spread that out. I like to use some of the excess dirt to kind of fill in the cracks. Spread this dirt around. And make sure you mark it so you know where to come back to next time. And there we go, that's how you set up the simple set mole trap.